My name is Micael Widell and I've been teaching macro photography on YouTube for 7 years. Please consider subscribing if you're into macro photography. Today I went out really early in the morning at 4:30 because at that time it's not too warm and the insects are a bit calmer, so it can be a great opportunity to get some nice insect photos. Today I decided to do single shots again. It is really relaxing and a bit more fun actually than doing stacks to do single shots, because you won't come home with like 1,000 photos and you won't feel the pain of trying to stack them together. You just have single shots and it makes the editing process a lot more fun. Whenever I go out on a photo walk, I always try to make a couple of small changes based on what I learned on my previous photo walk. And my main change today was that I increased the strength of the flash to 1/8 when I'm shooting at f13, because on my last photo walk I had the flash a little bit too weak, and then I had to lift the exposures afterwards when I came home, and that made my photos less sharp and more noisy. So it's really important when you're shooting on a small sensor like Micro Four Thirds that you get the correct exposure, as correct as possible at least, already in the camera. And also of course to get the right crop already in the camera, because you don't have that much room to do any cropping on a 20 megapixel sensor. So I think that is the main challenge with doing macro photography on Micro Four Thirds, to get it right in the camera. But that also makes it more fun, because it's a challenge. It's not like on full frame where you can just shoot away and then crop and adjust the exposure heavily afterwards. I have to be honest, it was quite a while ago I got a photo that I was really excited about, but this morning I got a couple that I'm really excited about, and one of them is this green bug with the black background. I'm really happy with this shot, and it's so important to once in a while get a photo that you're really happy with, because for me at least I find that that is the fuel that fuels my passion for photography and macro photography in particular. And if it's gone too long without that feeling of getting a photo you're really happy with, then you easily lose your passion. But today it is the height of the insect season in Sweden. It's around midsummer where you find the most insects outside, and also today I had my gear perfectly dialed in after lots of trial and error. So today was a really good photo walk, a really good macro photography session. I found this beautiful larva. Perhaps someone can tell me what insect this is. And this is my first shot with some grass in the background. Then I tried angling the camera so that the sky would be in the background, because that often gives a more pleasing result. And look at this. It's a lot better, right? The picture is calmer, and here I have a little bit of the bushes, the dark on the bottom there, and I think that shot is actually the best one of these three. While I really love the OM system and my OM1 camera, there is one thing with it which is really frustrating. And that is the instant preview that you can activate on the camera, which will give you a preview of the photo you just took. And I've always loved this feature on my Sony cameras. It's really good in macro photography because you can instantly see whether you had the focus in the right spot. But for whatever reason, this feature is extremely buggy on my OM1. And by the way, I just updated to the latest firmware and it's still buggy. It works like 1/10 of the time. Do you have the same problem? And do you have a suggestion on how to fix it? I would love to learn that. Today's exercise for me was to really try to concentrate on always filling the frame with my subject as far as possible, because as I mentioned earlier, you don't have that much cropping room on the OM1 camera, and I'm still not that great at filling the frame. I tried to mind it, and today I think I did a pretty good job, which resulted in better photos. Today I also decided to apply some mosquito deterrent. This one is based on DEET, which is supposed to be rather harmless but still effective. And yeah, maybe I got a bit less mosquito bites than normally when I don't use anything at all, but still I had mosquito bites. So I decided to make it into a simple transaction. I got a nice little photo and he got paid for it, which most of my models don't. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you're into macro photography. See you soon again.